Oh yeah, we live. We in the building. You already know. Let's get some people up in here. This is exciting. Yes. You already know who it is. You know what it be. This is Rob P. Pascal Real Estate. New Millennium Real Estate Services for the people. We're just trying to make this real estate game fair and equal. And I'm just have some time to kill before my next appointment. I'll be meeting up with a young couple, first-time home buyers out here who are looking for properties in about a half an hour. So I said I'll come on here and chop it up with the people one time. You have people, a lot of buyers on the market right now. A lot of people who are entering the market. A lot of people who have been working on getting their pre-approvals and everything in order. And they're entering the market, and so there's like a dissonance between the perception of how the home buying process should go and the reality of how the home buying process actually goes. So before I get into it, I want to thank you all for tuning in, taking the time to chop it on me one time. Ladina, welcome. Show me some love. I love to see the hearts as always. Love to see the laughs, likes, all of that. I love that energy. Hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, so when I do go live, you know, it'll be at the top. We live right now on Facebook, we live on IG, we live on YouTube, we live on Twitter, Periscope. Is going down, man. This is Rob P TV in full effect. You gotta love it. Whatever the case, if you got any questions, feel free, please drop them on me, because I'm here. I'm gonna spend some time with y'all. But whatever the case, shout out to my guy Lance. Or whatever the case, buying a house, buying a home, the reality of it is nothing like HGTV. First of all, you might be a banjo repair person and your mate might be a rubber band collector. You're not going to get a $500,000 budget off of that. You know, in actuality, you know, they say it's a good rule of thumb that you should be able to qualify to purchase a house 3 times your income. Now, that's just income. That doesn't take into account your debt, the debt that you have, whether it's credit card debt, student loans, car loans, child support, alimony. It doesn't take into account and all of that. So honestly, the more debt that you have, the more debt expenses that you have monthly, it's going to take away from how much home that you will qualify to purchase at the end of the day. So, you know, that's just something that you'll have to work out with your lender. At the end of the day, once you put your financial information on the table, your pay stubs, your W-2s, your tax returns, as well as your debt payments, your lender will be able to tell you how much you qualify for. So for some people, it might not mean a $300,000 house. You know, it might mean that you qualify to buy a $60,000 house, which in Northwest Ohio, that's not a bad house. You can get what you want and be satisfied for $60,000. Definitely not bad. So that's one big difference, is just the budget, you know, how much you will qualify to purchase. Because you see some of the people on HGTV and they throw out the randomest jobs, which actually sound like hobbies, and then they end up getting these big extravagant houses. It doesn't happen like that. Actually, and then on HGTV, you'll be watching HGTV, they'll look at maybe 3 houses, maybe 4 houses, and then from those 4 houses, they'll choose the one. It might happen like that. I pray that it happens like that, you know, but typically it takes a person I would say a good 10 to 15 houses, looking at a good 10 to 15 houses before they are comfortable making a decision. Now, it may happen that a buyer will go into a property, and at that property, it'll be it. They'll feel at home. It'll be everything that they want and dream of. Maybe not. But typically, it takes going out a couple of times, maybe a few times, and looking at properties before a person is comfortable moving forward with a specific property. So it doesn't happen. It does happen sometimes on the first time. It happens sometimes. And I love when it happens on the first time out because that means I don't have to drive around for that much longer. But whatever the case, you know, when you're buying a home, expect to look at, and this is the way I do it with my clients. What I like to do is do a virtual tour. We look at what's on the market based off of what they tell me what they want, the areas they want to be in, how many bedrooms, garage, basement, schools, whatever. We put that on the table. You know, and from that, we look at what's in the multiple listing service, which is the database that all Northwest Ohio real estate professionals use. And from that, I mean, in the MLS right now, we have about 2,800 properties for sale, single family homes. And some of those are already under contract, meaning that they've already accepted an offer to be sold. So you can take half of those, maybe I say take a third of those properties off the table from being under contract already. So from that, you just break it down, and my buyers at this point, they're finding that there are only maybe like 5 or 6, maybe 10 to 12 houses on the market that actually meet their criteria if they're being honest about what they want. Um, and that makes it kind of sucks. we have historically low inventory. We have less properties on the market than we've had in over a decade, maybe even this whole millennia. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. So we're dealing with a very unique, very historic market right now on the buyer side. So as you can imagine, with that low amount of inventory, it makes it hard for buyers out here when they have to compete against other buyers to get the property that they want, because you're finding multiple offer situations. You're finding properties going under contract within 24 hours of hitting the market. And it's beautiful for the sellers. So if you know anybody that needs to sell their house, or you know anybody that will be in a better situation if they sold their house, or maybe they want to upgrade, or maybe you know a parent or an aunt or a grandparent who needs to liquidate, downgrade, holler at me. You know, you can go to the website 419homefinder.com and figure out how much that home should be worth, and we can work on getting you top dollar. But whatever the case, let's get back to HGTV. All right. So yeah, so at the end of the day, virtual tour, figure out what's on the market based off of what you're looking for, and then I'll say pick out, I'll say 10 to 15 properties that you're actually interested in seeing, and then we go look at those properties. We look at those properties. I like to look at properties, 3 to 5 properties at a time, day after day, until we've seen enough houses for you to make a decision. You do got a lot to learn, man. You're gonna make me make my way out to Boston, bro. I'm gonna have to make my way out to Boston. Amber, good evening, man. Shout out to everybody in the room right now. If you can do me a favor, like, share, comment, all of that activity just helps me get in front of more people and helps me help more people. So moving on, you know, on the other side of that HGTV joint, what else? How else is it different from HGTV? HGTV doesn't go through the negotiation process. It doesn't go through the negotiation. You don't know. They don't talk about seller concessions. They don't talk about home warranties. They don't talk about the inspection period and negotiating the inspection and the repairs that need to be done. They don't talk about seller concessions. They don't talk about a lot of stuff. So it's deep. You know, buying a home is very deep, and that's why it's important that you get yourself with a professional who is seasoned and experienced, and you know, has the guts and the aggressiveness to go out there and get you what you need. You know, and no knock on anybody. It's a lot of agents out here. A lot of them, you know, you do a lot of people do it part-time, which that's their prerogative. That's the beauty of the business. You can do this business part-time, but you know, at the end of the day, when you're helping someone make the largest investment of their life, you know, you wanna be able to tell them what they need to know, give them the information that they need so that they can make the best decisions. And that information comes off of research, it comes off of studying, it comes from experience, and also learning from different mentors. So as a home buyer, you definitely want to make sure you're getting yourself with someone who is seasoned, someone who knows the game, who's been doing it, who has some numbers. You know, check the scoreboard, check the stat sheet. You know, interview your realtors. Interview your realtor. I have no problem with somebody interviewing me because I know my product and my service and my knowledge and my experience. I believe I'm one of the best in the city. And I mean, anybody can say that, but at the end of the day, my fruit speaks for itself. So, you know, make sure you get you with someone that's experienced, that knows what they're doing, because that's very important. Very, very important in the game. But that's my take on HGTV. If y'all got any other questions, I'm here, man. I'm gonna chop it up with y'all for a little bit more before I head out to this next appointment. If anybody's watching right now that has considered getting into the real estate game and consider getting their license, this is a great time to do it. It's a really good time to do it. The market is it's the best market we've had since before the crash. The only issue in our market right now is that we don't have enough properties for sale on the market. So that's really big. We need more people to put their homes on the market. Back during the crash, you had a lot of investors come and purchase properties for pennies on the dollar, and these people are not selling their houses. On average, people will live in their house that they bought for 10 years and then upgrade. But when you had all these investors coming in, and specifically in places like Toledo, Ohio, they bought these properties and they're not selling them. They're just sitting on these properties. So we literally have a shortage of properties. And also you add the fact that around the crash, after the crash, Builders, they stop building new properties because people stop buying properties. So, we have a housing shortage in that regard where we don't have enough new properties to satisfy or motivate people who already own their homes to upgrade into newer homes. So all in all, it's making it hard for the buyers out here. But for the sellers, it's gravy. As long as you price your home properly, good, bad, or ugly. If you price it right, it's gonna be gone. Should be gone within a week. Also preparing your property to be shown and preparing your property to be sold. There's certain things that you can do to make your property, not going to say look better, but to have it shown in a better light. Little tips and tricks, and that's stuff that I take my sellers through when I go through and sell the property. So I love this game. If you know anybody, just remember the name Pasker. I'm all about being aggressive and knowledgeable on behalf of my clients to save them time and save them money. And this is what I do every day, all day. I love it, and I'm looking to grow. I'm looking to build the team. If you know people that are interested or you're interested yourself, I have open positions. I got a couple of open positions for buyer agents on my team. I'm looking for someone to come in here and work on the administrative side. So holler at me. I'm looking to build. I'm homegrown. I chose to come back to Toledo and build my business in Toledo and headquarter my business in Toledo because I want to create jobs in Toledo. And that's why I'm here in the city. So, I'm here. I'm not going to tell you I'm going to be here forever, but while I'm here, let's build because, I'm here on a mission. Let's get to it. Whatever the case, holler at me. Rob Pasker, Pasker Real Estate, 419homefinder.com. All my information is out there. Like the Facebook page, like the IG, Rob PTV, like the Snapchat, Rob PTV, hit me up on Twitter, Rob PTV, because it's a platform and it's a movement, and we're just trying to put people in some houses, help some families build some wealth so they can have some independence and some true power for themselves, because that's what it's about at the end of the day. We can sit here and cry and complain about what's going on in the world, but let's take responsibility for ourselves, our finances, our wealth, and once we can do that on the financial level, can't nobody tell us nothing, and that's what it's about. So shout out to everybody out there watching. Candace, what's up? Hope everything is working out for you in the new crib. Waiting for that barbecue, waiting for that family reunion. Let me know what's up with that. Sierra's in the building. What up, Sierra? Trying to get you in the game. We're going to get there. It's all good. Well, I'm going to log out. All my people, IG, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, Facebook, I love y'all. And I'm going to be back with another midday Q&A. All right.